Let's now tell you what else made news around the world. Time for Gravitas Global Headlines.
Russia accuses the West of sponsoring nuclear terrorism after officials claim a Ukrainian drone had struck the western Russian town of Kurchatov, where a nuclear power station similar to the ill-fated Chernobyl plant is located. Ukraine's Air Force says it has downed 16 Iranian-made drones launched by Russian forces overnight, in the fourth consecutive night of aerial attacks by Moscow. Myanmar's junta chief hints the military may further extend a state of emergency and delay promised elections, saying greater efforts were needed to end unrest. Russian embassy in the United States reacts strongly to Pentagon's announcement that cluster bombs have been delivered to Ukraine. The Russian embassy calls United States action provocative. The United Nations says 165 million people were pushed into poverty because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the cost of living crisis, and the war in Ukraine. The United Nations has called for a pause in debt repayments for developing countries. Automaker Nissan announces the recall of 699,000 vehicles in Japan to address a range of defects that also affects more than 700,000 units overseas. Southern Europe is sweltering under a fierce heat wave. Officials warned that temperatures could hit record highs in the continent next week. This has also raised fears about the heat impact on human health, crops and animals. Weather alerts were in place across Spain's Canary Islands, Italy, Cyprus and Greece. Flames and thick smoke rose above scorched houses and burned cars in Croatia as wildfires broke out in the Balkan nation. The fire also engulfed one village. This comes as swaths of the Balkans dealt with temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. The governing body of cycling has banned transgender women who have undergone male puberty from competing in the female category of competitive events. UCI says its actions are to protect the female class. Premier League side Arsenal have continued their summer spending spree by signing Dutch international Jurriën Timber. The centre-back joins the Gunners from Ajax in a $52 million deal. The 22-year-old is Arsenal's third signing of the summer.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.